Hey everyone, you're listening to the Alex Files. I'm Alex.
And I'm also Alex.
And it is episode 11. We have missed you all. And we're in heaven. I mean, we're here, but metaphorically we're in heaven.
You got me open like 7-Eleven. No, salt and pepper. Sorry. Whoa. Coming in
Classic. You live near a 7-Eleven though.
I live across the street from one, and I can't tell you how convenient it is. It is so convenient. I pop over there. You need donuts, you need snacks, you need boom, boom, bang.
It's like
drink,
the ultimate
milk.
Convenience store.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I don't hate it, you know. They got donuts.
Ugh, those weird hot dogs.
You know, I don't eat anything on the rollers. I haven't ever tried out the rollers or the pizza.
Which is good, I think. It's good
which is a personal choice. But no, you know, props to you if you love it. It's great. It's convenient.
I mean, here for it. We are here, episode 11, double digits, talking today after what a week. I mean, no words to describe it, but we're so excited to be talking about the mall and mall culture.
Malls.
Meet me at the mall.
Mall rat.
Mall girl. Let's
Mall
get our ears
brats.
pierced at Claire's.
Dad, can you pick me up from the mall? Dad, can you take me to the mall? I want to go to the mall. I'm meeting my friends at the mall.
Take me to the mall. I'm going to the Sanrio store.
Dude, I'm into Hot Topic now. I don't shop at Claire's. It's like too girly for me now.
I'm more of an afterthoughts girl.
Yeah, I've grown up. I'm an afterthoughts girl. But I also really want to check out Journeys because I really want some like Converse or like, you know, Doc Martens. Wow. Love the mall.
Love it.
I don't ever want that to stop being a thing.
I know.
But it feels nostalgic now to like
It
love
feels
the mall.
So nostalgic. The mall is great. Like, you got your snacks. You know where the good bathrooms are. Food court. You know where the solid bathrooms are. Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Macy's, maybe, but that can feel like a tornado in there.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. You bad and bougie. I'm from Maine. There was one mall, and we didn't have Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom's.
What was your go-to bathroom?
The one in the food court. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was. There's one by Best Buy too. It depends on where you are. There's not really a better one. There's one on each side of the mall, and you just kind of got to choose where you're at location-wise. Do you have better bathroom options of like, ooh, don't go to this one, go to this one?
Well, I think it depends on the mall. You know what I mean? Like, there are a couple go-tos from my youth, but I want to circle back in the parking structure with you. And when you think of malls, skirt, where's my car? When you think of malls, what comes to mind?
I think, like, for some reason, it feels very like 90s, 2000s culture. And I think of malls being, you know, in their heyday when I was in a youth, and, you know, not only shopping there, but working there, and just, you know, it's not, to me, when I think of malls, I don't think of it as just place to go shop and leave. I think of it as a place that you go, you hang out, you look around, you walk, you meet friends, you go to the food court, you go to the movies by the mall, like, you exist around the mall and like a little fish in an aquarium, and it's like a whole little ecosystem.
I was just thinking ecosystem. It totally is. I think it's like more than I mean, the amount of times growing up and still that I've gone to the mall and like just are there to sort of wander and just be versus like actually going to like shop for things.
Yeah,
I
it's not
think
like a Walmart run or the grocery store. It's like, let me just experience this. Get like a
yeah,
pretzel, some
right?
Starbucks.
Incredible people watching. I feel like so
Oh
much
yeah.
of like my favorite moments in culture and like pop culture tied to malls and then how they're sort of represented, like in Clueless, Mean Girls, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh my gosh, that's a great point. Exactly. And there was so much more part of the popular culture of like where people go to hang out and like just like, oh, they're there. It's like we're not just going to like buy pants and leave. Like
No,
we're
no.
chilling, we're vibing, we're setting the scene, we're
Yeah.
mingling. You know, did you see so and so? Oh my god, they're with their mom. Oh my god, I'm gonna go over here. Who they win the Victoria's Secret? This is so bad. Like, whoa. I
Like you
skipped
gotta,
school once to go to the mall with a friend. I had
oh
like an
my
anxiety
God.
attack, and we're like, you know what? Fuck creative writing. Let's just go to the mall. And then we came back and went to fourth period.
I love that for you. I
Just
think
once.
that,
Just one
well,
time.
you need an escape. You need an escape. What, like, when did malls, I think, we grew up in the 90s, so malls are very intertwined in our sort of growing up youth. When did malls become a thing in your sleuthing?
Well, according to Google, the first mall was made in 19 or like opened in 1950 in Lakewood, California, which makes sense to me. It's very California cool and chic. Y'all have outdoor malls, which to my
Mm,
northeastern New England mind was
mm,
like so cool. Saw it on TV. Outdoor high schools and outdoor malls. It's like, whoa, what? Palm trees? Okay.
I
Our mall
think,
was like double stories. You're all up there with like
oh,
stories. Yeah, main mall, one story. The rumor
okay.
is that it's built on marshland, so if they were to make it two stories, it would have sunk into the
Uh,
marshland.
okay. That makes sense. Did you, I guess, growing up, like, did you ever work at a mall? Like, what's your, I know that like we love them and there's that nostalgia, but like, yeah, any relationships on the career front?
Oh my gosh, yes. My first job when I was 15 was at a kiosk in the mall. It was a kiosk called Your Heart's Desire, and it was stuffed animals. I worked
Okay.
there on the weekends when I was 15, and I sold stuffed animals. A primary job that I held down at the mall was by Best Buy, Pretzel Time, and TCBY, Country's
Oh my
Best Yogurt.
God. Oh, that's what it stands for?
The country's best yogurt, girl. It was half and half, so we did pretzels and the yogurt.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
wild. I can still to this day make pretzels in like 8 minutes or less.
Oh
That was fun. That was wild. That's the first and only time I've ever like walked out of a job. I like got so upset. I like threw my pin and like quit, but then I realized like I couldn't afford to quit and came back and finished my shift, and that really sucked.
Did
And
you
then
get any like free, did you get like pretzels like as a perk for your job?
we could eat the merchandise, pretzels and yogurt for sure. We could eat them, and we did a plenty. Jalapeno poppers, the pretzel dogs, cinnamon sugar pretzels,
Oh my
the
God.
shivers, the like yogurt like shakes things. But you also have to be the ones to like put the yogurt in the thing, clean the yogurt bin,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
clean up the like pretzel butter, like
Hmm.
make the dough and knead like with the right amount of hot water and yeast and clean everything and open up a giant can of nacho cheese for the like fucking pretzel dips. So it was
Whoa.
definitely grimy. And then people yelling at you, this is burnt, I don't have enough, this is undercooked, yada yada yada. And I'm like listening to like pin back on the like CD player that somebody brought, or this one guy I worked with in high school. Shout out to Milton, who was like a juggalo, and we'd listen to the iTunes. I'm not fucking kidding you. And then I got my two
Did
best.
he wait? Did he go to the gathering of the
No,
Juggalos? Okay.
I don't. He was a juggalo. There was painted.
I love that for him.
He was so nice. And then I got my two best friends like interested in the job, and they got hired, and we would like taste really sour drinks and laugh and work, and it was like a little like sitcom. We loved it. I got one more story.
Yes. What was the other? Oh, for TCBY.
Yes, pretzel
Okay.
time.
Because you
This
worked at three places, right?
yes.
Okay.
So one more story for TCBY. This woman I interacted with and worked with, she'd lost her engagement ring, and weeks went by, and somehow while I was washing the dishes, I found it in the sink. And when I presented it to her, like super excited, she like low key accused me of stealing it.
Uh,
Sick.
why would you? Okay.
Sick, bro.
That's so
So
helpful.
you know,
Thank
ups and downs. The third one was a kiosk again, returning to my roots outside of Abercrombie and Kay's Jeweler.
you.
Proactive. I became acne certified and I sold Proactive, and I was also a consumer and happy
Whoa.
customer. And so I sat there and talked to people about acne and sold them acne stuff.
I feel like being the consumer and having that firsthand experience makes your ability to like sell the product so much
Yeah.
more successful, and because you have that genuine like relationship with the customers. It's not like, oh, I use this, like you actually do.
I loved it. It changed my life. And then like there's just this shift of like, okay, I'm selling and maybe that's difficult and
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable, but I'm not like cleaning dishes and like knee deep in like butter grease. But
Oh
like,
God.
I don't know, what's the trade off? Like neither of
Right?
them really get tips.
But
Stuffed
you have
animals
the
just chill.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
was the clientele for you when you worked at your true, what was it?
your
Your
heart's
true desire,
desire.
your heart's desire, your true.
I think they were like it was so full of stuffed animals that like kids would stop over and stuff. And it's not
Mm.
something that I'm like actively like approaching people like, hey, like buy a stuffed animal. I'm sitting at the desk like doing my homework as a 15-year-old, like, hey, yeah, let me talk to you about this band. Yeah, no, it's $40. Sorry. Like I didn't push. It was very mellow and it was only on Saturdays. I got the job through a friend I went to school with. Their mother owned the desk thing. It was sick. But the
How,
culture is like
yeah,
insane. When you work
yeah.
in the mall and you're there every day, especially when I was in high school and I was working there a lot after school, like
Mm-hmm.
these people that just live and exist, the people that work there too every day. I mean, it's wild. You know, you got your Best Buy, you got your department stores, you got your kiosk freelancers and the people selling hand cream. You got your Abercrombie. Everyone knows that smells too much. You got your jewelers. Like, it's insane, the culture. It's like a
Well,
restaurant, you know, like
totally. Like, and I think
fishbowl.
with the idea of going, like folks who go to the mall on a regular basis as like beyond just like teens and tweens, like as a place to hang out. Like I remember seeing someone at the mall once, like a few years ago in the Bay Area, who had a full on like desktop computer like set up in the food court and was like doing work. Like they brought that with them from home.
I've done that. I've gone to the as an adult. I've gone to a food court with my laptop and like tried to write. I've done that like once or twice in my life. It was not effective, but I did it. I'm like okay with being alone in public. Like I don't have a problem with
Totally,
that.
totally. I
But it
think it
wasn't
was
effective.
like lugging the whole desktop
Oh wait.
and
Oh, not a laptop.
oh no, like this was the whole
Wait.
thing. Yeah.
Hard stop. Okay, no, I
Yeah.
did not do that. I did not take a desktop computer. I had a desktop computer since 2002, not 2005.
I know. They're solid. I'm
Wow.
jealous that you had so many mall jobs. My like first job was not in a mall proper. It was in a strip mall at a Cold Stone Creamery, and I only lasted like 3 weeks because I got
Strip
locked in the
malls count.
freezer. I got
That's
locked
the
in the
whole
freezer.
vibe. So you got fired because you got locked in the freezer, or did
No,
you
no, I
quit?
didn't get fired. I was like trying to grab the big tin thing of ice cream to sort of, because from the yogurt times.
Refill it.
Yeah,
You gotta
refill it.
refill it.
And the door closed, and it's
That's a
fine if it
nightmare.
closes because there's like a special thing that lets you get out. But this one, it wasn't working. So I was like, oh God, I'm going to die here. And I just thought this is so underwhelming. Like, what a way to die in a Cold Stone
How
Cream.
did you get out?
I was just banging on the door. I was probably only in there for like a minute or two, but I was
Jeez.
very scared.
Sheesh.
And then at one time, a bunch of pigeons flew over the sort of like sneeze guard plastic thing and there were all these feathers on the ice cream, and I was getting off my shift, and I told my really good friend from high school, I was like, hey, and she also worked there because like everyone worked there, and I was like, a bunch of pigeons just like had a time here,
Oh
so you should
no.
probably like tell the manager and then like change out the ice cream. And then the next day she's like, so the manager just had us like scrape off the top. Like,
No.
no, but also not
No. Not
surprising.
surprised at all, though.
So yeah, after the freezer near death experience, I did give my 2 weeks notice, and so I was only there for a total. I think I was only there for like a week plus the 2 weeks.
So how was singing every time you got a tip?
It sucked because I only got like a penny because
Got
everyone from
split it
my
with 18 people.
yes, everyone from my high school, including my siblings and friends, would come in and just troll me. And so, I mean, some of my friends did work at Cold Stone, but yeah, I only remember one song and parts of it, which is a cover of Hollaback Girl, but
Okay,
for
please.
Cold Stone. And it's like, cause we ain't no Baskin Robbins, cause we ain't no Baskin Robbins. But there were so many songs. And in the group interview for the job,
Oh my God.
we had to share what our spirit animal was.
And you said sloth?
I think I said sloth. I think yeah, my friend who worked there said unicorn, so I'm like, I gotta pivot quickly. And we had to all sing during our interview, I feel like. It was very
Sounds
bad
like a group
garbage.
interview.
Oh, it was. And you know, it
Yeah,
wasn't
sure. We'll take all of y'all.
I was like, okay, I guess I work at Cold Stone now.
Dude, I love Cold Stone. Don't
It's
fuck with that
delicious.
birthday cake remix. I tell
No,
you
and
what.
honestly, I feel like I'm just curious about cases of workers' comp they have because as a mix master, like as a person that works there, they
Mix
call you a mix
master.
master, and you're using your wrist so much with like cutting up the ice cream on the Cold Stone, which is like their thing, and adding in all these ingredients. I remember once someone asked me, or not someone, the manager was like, you need to start upselling people and asking them if they want soda with their ice cream. And I was like, oh, I don't think I can do that. So I just was like, do you guys want water with your ice cream? Because who would want soda unless it's a root beer float?
Management doesn't think.
Management was
But like
very
strip
garbage.
malls have like a whole vibe. Like
Mhm.
they're different. But they're
Mhm.
strip malls. They're malls and they have a place in the discussion. And some of them,
Totally.
I don't know if I'm being like judgmental when I say like some of them have like maybe a sketchy vibe or an abandoned
Oh,
vibe.
yeah.
Because I don't think it's something that is. I don't know, like are strip malls currently being made unless it's like a massive like Target, Old Navy.
Yeah, I
Wilson
feel
Rack.
like now they're like bougie, or it'll be like a Starbucks and then like all these apartment complexes above it or something.
Yeah.
And the
It's
one,
different
it's
than
different.
like
I mean, it was sort of a nice strip mall. It was next to Trader Joe's. There was a mega church nearby, which is highly contentious. But I don't know. It wasn't a great job, but it really built character, I would say.
ugh,
I
strip
know.
malls.
What
I go to a
like
lot. I live next to a strip mall, but yeah.
strip malls are great. What were some of your beyond kind of like working at the mall in your iconic jobs? What are some of your mall memories that really stand out to you? Like moments you had at the mall?
All right, free balling this here. Moments that stand out. I think I'm gonna say 3 moments,
Okay.
and they're kind of general. So the moments of just like being in middle school and high school, and like going to the mall with friends and hanging out and walking around, and like those kind of memories of that being the destination for the night or the day. The second one would also be maybe when I was a little bit younger and I was going to the mall with my sibling and my dad, and we were picking out Christmas gifts, and we'd do it every year, and dad would give us money and we'd go and off on our own and buy gifts for each other, and that was really special and cool. And then maybe the third one would be when a really specific memory when I broke a toe or two in my leg and I had to boot. I went to the mall and I was hanging out with some friends from high school. We were off at college, so it was really fun to be together, and I like rented or just got one of those like scooters because I had the boot, and we were just scooting through the whole mall and laughing and thought it was hilarious and fun.
Oh,
Also,
was the boot like, could you like personalize it at all, or was it
now it
just
was this black Velcro thing you had. It wasn't like anything you could write on or put
okay?
anything on. I had surgery on my toes.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's
I
for a
also
different episode on toes, and I'm sure we'll get a spike in listeners.
yeah, we're gonna definitely get there. Another specific memory is I remember meeting one of my dad's girlfriends who then became his wife at the mall in the 90s or early 2000s. In the early 2000s, no,
Okay.
90s for sure.
Okay.
And she worked at J.C. Penney's, and
Oh.
it was like on her lunch break, and it was like a quick kind of, let's meet up and introduce each other. So, the mall is like pivotal. Like things happen at the mall, good memories, important memories,
Totally.
embarrassing memories.
Oh yeah.
What about
I
you?
know.
Do you have any memories that like stick out, whether they're like really heartwarming or maybe embarrassing?
Yeah. So a couple memories I have are like tied to when my mom and dad got married, like my stepmom and dad in the early 2000s. So my mom was looking for a wedding dress, and we went to the store in Horton Plaza in San Diego that was like RIP. I feel like that mall is like maybe gone, not sure. I don't know. You might have more insight.
Horton
Yeah,
Plaza
okay.
is gone.
Okay,
Yeah,
we spent a lot of time at Horton Plaza.
I know.
It
We'll
was
talk
great.
about that later about the malls dying.
I know. Yeah. Oh, RIP. So she and I went to the mall on like a Tuesday night, and we're looking for her wedding dress. And we went to this
Fun mall on a school night. Oh,
I know. And we went
so
to like
fun.
a prom dress store and found a dress for her that was like sort of like, I don't know, not silver, but like sort of dark. Is dark silver a color? Sure.
Yeah, it's dark silver for sure.
Dark silver. So it was a very like classic silhouette, and it was on sale, and it technically maybe was like a prom dress, or it was not maybe meant to be for a wedding, but
if it looks and feels good,
it looked great. And she's like, "What do you think?" I was like, "You should get it," and it was $40. So yeah, that was her wedding dress, and it was iconic. And
that is iconic.
It was so fun. And then we went, my mom, my sister, and I on their wedding day went back to Horton Plaza, and we got our like hair and nails done, and it was so fun. And then we stopped by McDonald's because we had to
Meal of a princess.
Yes, we were like our hair was all like curled and our nails were done, and we were just eating our like little kids meals because it was like we didn't like when you have a wedding, it's like you got to make sure you're fed, so you got to get that Mickey D's.
That's like a pro move. Like for sure you're eating something solid, good, heart like boom, Mickey D's, pizza, like what do you need?
Right? I know.
Like make a plan. Like
you got to make a plan. You have to know.
It's called self-care.
Yeah, seriously, it was huge. And then another mall memory, I mean, beyond, like, of course, going to Claire's to get our ears pierced as kids.
Iconic.
So big, which was great. Also,
I love the mall.
It's so, and like in the past 3 years, my first date with my late boyfriend Phil was at the mall in the Bay, like a mall near Berkeley in the Bay Area, and we went to go to the movies on like a Wednesday night to go see Call Me by Your Name, which is
Call Me by Your Name. Tell me you love me in private. Obsessed. That's incredible. And like malls do have movie theaters. That's like another really cool like focal point to be like, let's go to the mall. Go to the movies, walk around.
It was great. Cool. I mean, it was really funny because he didn't really know the premise of the movie, which is like a younger guy and an older guy, and it's like this beautiful gay love story in Italy. But before the movie, because we had some time, he's like, well, I'm not really sure what's open because we're at the mall. And he's like, I think it's too late to get coffee. And I was like, should we go to P.F. Chang's to like get a drink? And I hadn't been to the mall or to P.F. Chang's in a while, but I love a chicken lettuce wrap. And
me too. That's what I go there for.
I know. And it was, we were just there to like grab like a beer, but I don't know. I had known him for a while, but I didn't really know his background, that he was like half Asian. So I was like, PF Chang's is so great. Like, have you ever been here? And he was very nice about it, but it was looking
Class
back like,
act.
I know. He was like, no, like, I mean, and I was telling him about all the good
No,
things.
but I have lived in China.
Yeah, I know. Like he lived in China for many years. I was like, oh my God, this place does the best chicken lettuce wraps. I was like, oh God. Anyways, the mall, that was a sweet memory of the mall. And I don't know, just like a lot, like that's a lovely first date.
Yes, it's a safe place.
Totally.
And it's also a place that you can take yourself. I also enjoy going to the mall by myself. Like friends are cool, family's cool, date's
Yeah.
cool. But those moments where you're just kind of like on this journey, you're like, I kind of want a new bathing suit, or I kind of want,
Yes.
let me just, I'm going to go to the food court and I'm going to wander in here, get a coffee, wander in here, walk with your thoughts, look, shop, don't shop, just wander, like whatever.
I think you're so right. Like the mall is a consistent place in life where I've gone by myself, not all the time, but like if I'm choosing to go to a place by myself, it's gonna be a mall or like some sort of like storefront strip mall. Like that's the choice, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I can exist alone in a crowd there safely and comfortably, and
Totally.
I just love shopping and looking at stuff and always trying to find like the deal or something or like this and like, oh, I didn't know I needed this.
Right?
Whatever. But malls also, like, it gives you a reason to put on an outfit. There's food,
Yes.
there's movies, there's like things you could get for other people. There's
Totally.
Santa.
There's samples also.
There's samples. There's cars being auctioned off in the middle sometimes.
Sometimes there's concerts.
Here's the phenomena. So in Maine, the malls obviously are all indoors, like a lot of them in the East Coast, and you know, it's a place where sometimes there's what we call walkers, just people who walk the mall for their steps, and they're just like
Oh,
walking, and usually older folks getting their steps in and walking around the mall, and like they're not really there to buy, they're just there to be out and moving around while it's not like snowy or rainy
that makes total
or air
sense.
conditioned and too hot outside.
Oh my God. I mean, as a native Californian, I didn't think of that. And if I was on the East Coast, I would probably even spend more time as a kid than I did at the mall, because like, yeah,
I just got excited.
tell
Did
me.
your mall have an arcade? Because that was a big part of going to the mall too.
Um, it did, but I don't think I took advantage of it until some of the malls in the Bay Area that had arcades as like a 20 something. That's a huge part of the mall.
I mean, I wasn't super good at games, but my sibling was really good and always would go in there, and I kind of pulled in, and I loved getting like prizes and stuff, and it was in the main mall, it was in the front of it and really big for a while.
It's huge. And it's so cool to like just be like, oh my God, I'm already in a super fun place. And
Dude, the
yet,
mall has so much going on.
right? There's remember Borders, or like of the bookstore?
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Borders. Yes, Barnes and Nobles. Thank goodness there's still a Barnes and Nobles at the Grossmont Mall here. Love
Right?
that. Buy
Like
my
that.
nice magazines.
Yes, or just go in there, like one of the best pastimes, going in there and just like reading the magazines
I
and
love
then
that.
not
Or
buying
looking for a
anything.
new book,
Yes.
getting coffee, leaving, or
Yes.
like getting a book you're gonna read in like 8 months, maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
I love that.
Yeah. It's like seeing what's out there. Yeah. Getting your little like Bucky's, your Starbucks, and then being like, I'm good. I've already read all the magazines I need to, and I'm not going to buy anything. Love this.
And like maybe I'll buy one and I'll take it home to collage.
Yes.
It's pretty. Yeah, I love that. And yeah, it's kind of sad to see how like, because I enjoyed them so much and they were a part of like getting together or getting out or socializing for youth and even for family, that seeing them kind of die off. And like there's so many things like abandoned malls throughout America that's just kind of like this bizarre phenomenon, because they used to be so big, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, like,
So
we
like what
have so
happened?
many positive memories tied to them, and yet it's really, really hard to like, I mean, I know we've been in the pandemic for over a year, but it's hard to face the reality that like that was a special time, the time we had
Yeah.
at malls. And like, I
Yeah.
know it sounds like, oh, it's malls, but it's like that was we spent a lot of time there, and there's a
No,
lot
that
of
was
stories
cool and
associated.
legit. I, I love a good mall, and going to the malls like in New York or California, and they're so much bigger and like double story and so much more fancy stores. It's like, ah,
Right?
the
What do
Mall of
you
America got
Oh my God.
rides in it.
I've never been, but like goals, and hopefully it'll still be around by the time this pandemic ends.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, do you think, I mean, I think I know the answer, but like, do you think malls are a dying breed? Like, what have you kind of found out about like the potential future of malls?
Yeah. So I first kind of, you know, saw like this documentary and these like artistic photos of like abandoned malls and kind of realized like, I guess that heyday was kind of the 90s, the aughts, even up through 2010 maybe, but the shift towards Amazon and online, things have changed. So as of like now, like 2021, they predict that in the next 3 to 5 years, 25% of malls in America, so about like 1,000 malls will close and go out of business. And like 25%, that's a big number. So
That's a
obviously the
lot.
habit of like going to this one spot with all of these stores to shop versus online or like a strip mall with like a Target and Old Navy and whatnot. It's like, so
That's
how did we get
upsetting.
here? The internet. Okay, but like don't you like to go and touch it and try it
I
on, or
know.
like look at a bunch of different stores at once and eat
There's
food and maybe go to the movie? Like why do we have to let this
I don't
go?
know. I don't know. I think the pandemic of it all does not help. I think that I totally
Oh, I know,
understand.
right? That's got to accelerate it.
Yeah, I don't like I understand the convenience of ordering things online, but even if there's one mall left in California,
I'll
I
go to
will
it.
I'll go to it and I will try on jeans there because I can't order jeans online. Like I have to go in person.
Right?
And for everyone it's different. Like it's certain things, but ultimately like no. Like I do we need to start like a movement because this is I
And
mean, I
first of
know there's
all,
other things going on.
where am I going to get Sabaros? Sabaros does not
Oh
live
my
out
God.
of the wild of
No,
malls. Like, where's that going to live?
right?
Riddle me this.
I have no riddles for you, but I agree.
Dude, malls are hilarious. I,
They're great.
I like the
Um,
mall.
if you could pick like okay, picture this. You're trapped in the mall for the night, sort of in a Corduroy the
Like
Bear.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah, Night at the Museum, Corduroy the Bear, the children's book where he's like a little stuffed animal bear who's like
Mm-hmm.
trapped in the furniture store
Oh,
or
I
the
know
department.
Corduroy.
You know
Oh,
him.
he's
He's
my boy.
iconic.
Yeah.
What would you do like in the mall? Like free reign, you're a little bear or you're just a person. And I know that this is situational, but
Well, hopefully I'd have my iPhone and there'd be lots of charge and I'd have like a tripod for it or something to like put it on. And I would just like try to find music somewhere and blast music and just go ape shit and like dance around and like try on clothes. I don't want to say that I'd loot, but like maybe I'd pick up some outfits.
totally.
Like I don't know, jump and dance on, sing all around and make a music video or something silly. Eat all the pretzels, check out the food, like just I wouldn't say destroy it, but just like fully enjoy it like it's an amusement park.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I would like to sample all the Sanrio gum flavors, which would be a quick thing because you can only taste the flavor on each thing of gum for like a minute and then it goes away.
Yeah, so we need a trash can
We
handy.
need a trash can. I wouldn't really get into the Claire's earring gun, but I would look at a lot of accessories. Like I wouldn't try to
Yeah.
like pierce my own ears. But I love the idea of like a fashion show and like maybe karaoke's involved.
Yeah, like where's the stereos for like, you know, Hot Topics got really loud music. Like let's get some of that going. Let's heat up the pretzels, turn a couple of lights on, but also leave it like a little spooky.
Right? Like a little spooky, like, oh, like we're like being like bad at the mall, but it's like haunted, but it's a party.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. This is kind of fun. I
Oh,
it's like I kind of like abandoned places too, and like just the idea of being in the mall when it's like closed. Oh,
Right?
uh, did you ever play this game? It was like Mall Rat or something. It was like a board game for girls in the 90s.
No, but
Something to
I
do
mean, it sounds familiar.
something to do with like the mall.
Mm.
I'm not a whole like 100% like remembering the details, but I think there was like a Mall Rat game for girls in the 90s
Like
about going to the mall
the
and shopping.
Candyland of malls.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I
it's a very
need to.
important part of
Well,
our like culture.
and wasn't there a movie called Mall Rat or Mallrats or something?
Yes. It's an
Okay.
iconic film. I think there's yeah, and like you mentioned, like all the movies in our youth that have malls and pivotal hangout scenes, like
Right? And
Mean
you
Girls.
remember those scenes. Like you remember the scene at the mall where like Regina is calling that poor girl's mom.
Yes, and then they all act like animals behind her on the fountain, but then go back to being
Yes.
normal human beings.
Yes.
Absolutely remember that. Sticks with you.
Iconic. Or like in Clueless when Brittany Murphy's character has like met some guys at the mall and then it's getting a little funky because they're like teasing her and putting her over the edge of the balcony and
So
it's
bad.
very haunting. It's very haunting.
Scary.
Scary. It's
I
truly
also
scary.
feel like there's got to be some movie where somebody like drives a car through the mall or some like
Yes.
real security footage I've seen of like someone driving shit through the mall.
Oh, I'm sure.
Lots of like action movies have like some mall
Yes.
interplay.
Yes.
Running
Totally.
through bullets.
Like, oh my God, hiding behind this. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, throwing kiosks in the way. Yeah, so it's like I wonder if we're gonna start seeing moving forward that like not be represented in movies and TVs anymore, and like slowly 10 years from now, it's just like oh, like that's just not where stuff takes place.
That bums me out, but
It does.
I hope that like I know we're still in the pandemic and yet there's so much hope on the horizon. And I hope that people like I know people want to hang out together and be in bars and restaurants and etc. But like I hope they also want to be in malls because that's the
Yeah,
only way we can save them.
yeah. Like it's not just about buying something. Yes, you can get it
No.
on Amazon for 2 cents, whatever. Like it's about
No.
the experience, the
Mhm.
community, the nostalgia at this point, the movies, the food, the
Right?
options, the experience, like the restaurants.
It's like the vibe and like yeah, if you say to someone like, "Oh, like I love malls," they probably think like, "Oh, you love shopping." And it's like, "No, like it
So
is
much more.
more than that. Like it is the place to be. It is where
I like PF
things
Chang's, and that's
yes,
at the mall.
and that is where things happen. You can go to the mall and be there for hours and like spend $3 and have a great day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. You can see things you didn't know you wanted that inspire you, make you want
Right?
to do different things for your outfits or what you have at your home, and see people you haven't seen in a while, or also just lose yourself in a crowd with some iced coffee and just like your thoughts and like
Wild. It's great. It's like yeah, I mean, I will say that I don't know, like a few days after Phil died and my family was visiting, all I wanted to do was go to the mall as like an activity. I was like, this is where I want to be.
really.
Yeah.
What do you think brought you there? What did you do
Um,
first?
I think just mindless, like
Being
getting
lost in
like
the crowd.
yeah, like wandering, looking for stuff and I ended up like buying new PJs. But yeah, it was just like, okay, either we're gonna be inside or let's just go to the mall. And that was like the best thing. And I think I went multiple times that week and for the weeks following because I was like, this is great. I'm just gonna like wander and look and then yeah, see where it takes me.
That's awesome that you like could get out and do that and like be outside and show up like that and not be like sequestered to being inside. I think that's awesome. And like thanks for
Totally.
malls for like creating a safe,
Right?
stable environment for that to like allow it's like an indoor human park.
It
Like
is.
let
It
us
is.
just
Yes.
wander amongst the shops and food and people
It's
and
such a park. It is a park. And
like fountains and whatever y'all got.
y'all got. What are your sort of, as we reflect on this, what are your parting thoughts on malls?
Don't go. just don't go. There's still a place for you, malls. I understand that the place is shrinking a little bit, but I want to hold on to malls as long as I can. I want to hold on to my memories and the, you know, ability to go to them now and enjoy them as they are. Um, yeah, I just really hope they don't go away forever.
Same. I feel like memories and experiences are born there, and I know that like there's a lot of maybe traditionally more important things that we could like be concerned about and worry about, which I totally get,
But we're not. We're focusing on malls right now, and that's okay.
and I think that malls are something that are often forgot about, and they spark such joy and like
Yes.
yeah, like
Yes.
I will sign that like change.org or moveon.org petition to save malls because I think they have a place, and I think it's creating that ecosystem, like you said, of just a place to get lost in the crowd, like a place to be with people. Whatever you need, you will find it there
A
in those
place
in
to get a
between
job.
moments. Oh my God, a place to get a job. Yeah, totally.
Place to meet your friends and family.
Place to buy
Place to
your wedding
find
dress.
things. Place to buy your wedding dress, Christmas gifts, something for yourself, for nothing at all. I mean, it's just go see a movie. I mean, we've been over it. It's so cool. It's like a unique thing instead of having everything spread out in the suburbs and strip mall here and there and there. It's like malls kind of hub us together, and after such a long time of being unable to hub, I hopefully we can hub in a way that's involving malls.
Right? And though they look different, though some of them are fancier than others and some are indoor outdoor, like they're universal and apparently because everything's online now, they're becoming a rarity. So
Enjoy your
go
local mall.
go malls, team mall here.
Go to your local mall and just walk around and be grateful.
Right? Be
While you
grateful
still
for your
can.
mall. Well, I still can't. Raising the Roof for Malls. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 11 of the Alex Files.
Wow.
We dug
We're
deep in our
cruising.
cabinets. We're cruising. We're cruising on malls and yeah, live, laugh, love in the mall.
Live, laugh, love. And stay tuned for what's next. I mean, we can't even say at this point. There's like a running list and cabinets to go down the hallway. So
I know.
stay tuned.
Yeah, the next episode is embargoed, so it's very top secret. So just like stay tuned and see what's happening because we'll be in your AirPods before you know it. Bye.
Yes, see you in the cabinets. Bye.